Let us be in no doubt about the threat China poses. MI5 has warned that Chinese intelligence is actively trying to disrupt our democracy. Bounties have been placed on the heads of Hong Kong campaigners. Members of this House have been directly spied on by China. China actively supports Russia's illegal invasion of Ukraine, and China is infiltrating universities and businesses to acquire sensitive technology, as well as stealing it directly. Yet this government has failed again and again to take the action needed. This government failed to place China in the enhanced tier of the Foreign Influence Registration Scheme. This government failed to properly support the case against two men accused of spying for China on MPs in this House. And now they have shamefully approved plans for a Chinese super embassy. Despite everything China has done on our soil, China has been rewarded with exactly what they want: a super embassy that will be a base for espionage, not just in the UK, but likely across Europe as well. The government has capitulated to Chinese demands. The Prime Minister himself said to President Xi at the G20 in November 2024, and I quote, "You raised the Chinese embassy building in London when we spoke on the telephone. We have since taken action by calling in that application." In other words, the Prime Minister did precisely what President Xi told him to do, and then he faithfully reported back afterwards. This decision has serious implications. Last week, The Telegraph published plans showing 208 secret rooms and a hidden chamber just 1 metre from critical data cables. Our economy depends on those cables, so what assurance can the Minister give that those cables will be secure from Chinese interference? Now, in paragraph 97 of his decision notice, the Secretary of State who made the decision admits that he had not himself even seen unredacted plans before making his decision. So how can he possibly have assessed the risk himself as the decision maker without having seen those plans? The Secretary of State also admits at paragraph 13 that he did not follow our suggestion to hold sections 321 closed hearings to take evidence. Once again, how could the Secretary of State possibly have taken this decision in an informed way without having personally assessed the risk? And, Madam Deputy Speaker, it gets worse, because paragraph 8.63 onwards of the Inspector's report admits that China can legally refuse to allow UK authorities to inspect the building during or after construction. So we're going to have no idea what they're actually building in there in any event. Now, the Minister references the ISC. He says that someone in government has seen unredacted plans, although we know that was not the decision-maker, the Secretary of State. So can I ask, have the ISC seen those unredacted plans? Because it has been suggested to me that they have not seen those unredacted plans. The ISC say the risks can be mitigated, but mere mitigation is not enough. Mitigation entails only a partial exclusion of risk, and nothing is said about how to manage future developments in China's capabilities, developments we cannot anticipate today. The ISC also says, and the Minister for some reason forgot to quote this, but they also say the government process was not robust enough. They say it lacked clarity on national security. The ISC say the key reports lack the necessary detail. And the ISC said the government does not have the dexterity required to handle China. Does the Minister accept those elements of the ISC report? And others share those concerns. A US government source was recently quoted saying the UK had, quote, downplayed the risks. The White House last week was reported to be, quote, deeply concerned. And the US House China Committee chair says that he opposes these plans on the grounds Americans' data may be at risk. Does the Minister agree with our American allies? Madam Deputy Speaker, it is clear this decision is timed shortly before a planned trip by the Prime Minister to China. He apparently intends to seek some kind of economic deal with China in order to fix the mess he and the Chancellor have created here, with jobs down and unemployment up since the election. From its timing and from President Xi's clear demands, this planning consent appears linked to the Prime Minister's imminent visit and linked to the economic deal. It seems clear to me that they are trading national security for economic links, and this is a shameless capitulation to China's demands. China is spying on us, it is subverting our democracy, it is repressing people on our soil, and it is stealing our technology. Isn't the truth this? In those circumstances, giving them what they want is simply the wrong thing to do.